The signs were all there. The red flags were bouncing. The red flags were pinging, and AD chose to ignore it. AD chose. AD made a concerted effort to ignore it. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. We are here to talk Love is Blind Season 6, Episode 12. Meet me at the altar. If you are brand new to the channel or a returning viewer that is just not yet subscribed, do me a solid. Hit that subscribe button, y'all. My goal is 25,000. My new short-term goal is 25,000 subscribers. So, if you've been rocking with me all season and you have not yet committed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. Thumbs up the video if you enjoy the content. And then let's talk down below. Because even though the episode didn't really give a lot, there is definitely a lot to talk about. All right, so we're going to start off with Jimmy and Big Goofy, okay? Jimmy and Chelsea. So Jimmy is waiting on Big Goof to answer if they are going to get married or not. She said this has been intense. This has been a lot for her at your own doing. At your own hands. You have made this intense, Chelsea. You have made this a lot. You have caused almost every single issue that y'all have had. Nonetheless, she said that they've had some good times, but they've also dealt with some crap. She said the other day was not her best day. She had a rough day. She wasn't herself. She then immediately tells Jimmy, and it wasn't yours either. Accountability goes a long way. A true act of taking accountability is not following it up with a but. I was not my best self. I had a bad day. And that's period. Exclamation point. She doesn't do that. So he then said that he loves her. Oh, so she then said that she feels better today than she did about them the other day, right? He said he loves her and he wants them to work so bad, but he cannot go to the altar. I said, Jimmy. Like, Jimmy be taking her ass through it. So he's still mad about her saying that Amy and Johnny were the strongest couple. Cap. That's deflection, right? That's an excuse. You are not that mad about that. Y'all are not the strongest couple there. Y'all just aren't. That's being honest and realistic. But okay, let's keep rocking. So Chelsea then said, why did you even propose? He said, because I loved you. She starts going on and on about why did you waste my time today? And why did we do all this? And I felt her. You knew that you didn't want to marry her. Because all the reasons that you gave were for things that happened prior to today. You knew you didn't want to marry her. So did you just want the free day at Carowinds? Or, is it Caraway? The amusement park? Like, I don't quite understand. Like, did you want her to say one last time that she loves you? I don't understand. So he said that he was set to go. He was all in before that last argument where she said she didn't love him. She did not believe he loved her. Chelsea, that's on you. That's on you. Because your big goofy ass got drunk and then you started bumping at the gums. That's on you. A drunk tongue speaks a sober mind. Chelsea don't want to be with that man. This was all a game to her. So he then said that it was a lot of little things because she's like, so one argument did it? He's like, no, it was a lot of little things. A lot of things went into this decision. He said, starting first and foremost with you disrespecting me by, I told you something off camera in confidence and you chose to say it on camera. So she's like, so you want to protect your reputation? It's not about protecting his reputation. But if I tell you something off camera because I think that you should know, and for you to throw it in my face on camera, that's fuck shit, Chelsea, and you know it. He's like, no, it's not about my reputation, but you just threw old girl under the bus for literally no reason. So now she gonna have to answer to this, that, and the third person. So she's like, well, you called me clingy and you're texting her every day. And it's like, Chelsea, you're not computing what he said, sis. These are all the reasons that he don't want to be with you, and you're reinforcing them by bringing it up. By bringing it up. So she is upset that he still talks to this girl. You should have nipped that shit in the bud then. You didn't want to be with her then. Why didn't you? I mean, you weren't comfortable with it then. Why didn't you tell him, Jimmy, I'm not comfortable with you like kicking it with her like this? Why didn't you do that? So he was like, you still hang out with your ex-boyfriend. He was the first person you FaceTimed when we got our phones back. And she was like, we're friends, but we don't talk. And it's like, Chelsea, no, sis. No. He feels that she broke his trust and told the world his deepest, darkest secret. She was like, so fucking your friend is your deepest, darkest secret. And she said it condescendingly. If that's what he feels is his deepest, darkest secret, that's what he feels is his deepest, darkest secret. So he then says, okay, continue to remind me why I don't want to do this with you. I said, sheesh. So she gets up and she walks away crying, and that's it. That's all. We ain't got no more. That's it. That's it, though. Like, I mean, what more can you say after that, Chelsea? Again, this is a situation that you brought onto yourself. You just did. So we get Amy and AD's bachelorette party. Amy said that she's 2% nervous Johnny's going to say no. AD does not believe that they didn't have sex. Maybe if you and Clay would have waited to have sex, you would have had a better understanding on where he was in this process, but I digress. Clay and Johnny are at their bachelor party, and Clay said that he's riding with AD because she's been riding for him. The signs are all there for these two. The signs are all there. So let's get to the weddings. But let's be real, y'all. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. Not even gonna hold y'all. I fast forwarded through majority of Amy and Johnny's wedding. I we knew they were going to say yes. They were the least problematic couple. They didn't have really a lot of issues going on. They didn't have any drama. They said yes. It was great to see her brother there. She like loves her brother who is autistic, so not too much on him in the comments. You will get blocked. But her brother and her father both walked her down the aisle, so they had a nice little situation going. Let's talk about the main event. Clay and AD's wedding. AD wants to get married. That's it. AD is one of those girls that is in love with the idea of love. She wants to have the big wedding. She wants to be able to say she's married. She wants to be able to flash the ring. She wants to be able to say, my husband, my husband. That's what AD wants. AD did not love this man. AD didn't even seem like she was really that attracted to him. Saying that somebody is gorgeous, somebody is beautiful, somebody is handsome is not the same as saying that I'm attracted to this person. Okay? So, her montage isn't even about isn't even about him and what she likes about him. Her montage was how her confidence is what got them there. The way that I stood on business, my confidence, the way that I did this, that, and the other. That's what got us here. Clay's package was about how she made him a better person, how she helped him grow, how she helped his emotional intelligence, how she helped his emotional empathy. At the same time, nothing in his package is about, oh, I love her because this, that, and the other. Not the typical packages we see. Not the packages that we saw from Amy and Johnny, right? So we then see so then we do get a little bit of AD saying how, she likes how raw and authentic he is. She was like, and how fine and chocolate he is. That's a plus. And it's like, okay. Beauty's only skin deep, sis. We learned that with Clay. Is Clay a handsome man? Sure. But when you peel back the layers of Clay, you see a very flawed, emotionally stunted, scared man who is a product of really the distress and the when you think about it, the emotional abuse that his father put him in by taking him to cheat on his mother. AD would have saw all that if she looked past his S curl. You would have saw that if you looked past the Wave Nouveau box. You would have saw these things with him. You saw the muscles and the house and the fact that he's a well manicured man, and you just completely ignored all the red flags. But whatever. So we then finally get to meet Clay's daddy. Disappointed. Disappointed. Your daddy should have came in looking like a tall drink of water. Your daddy came in looking like all the women that he done cheated on and messed over, done drug him through the damn keyhole. Your daddy ain't aging like a Denzel. Your daddy ain't still big fine like God, what is that old man's name? Harry Belafonte was a gorgeous man until the end. That is a man right there. Your daddy looked, but let me not too. Okay. So his father comes in and his daddy wants to let us know that he was the man on the track field. I did this, and remember when I raced you? And I beat you. Okay, I beat you at first. And then, you beat me, but I still had the accolades, high school, college, Olympics. Almost got, and it's like, sir, what are we doing? Nigga, you ain't on the show. We don't care about your accolades. Ridiculous. So, what I thought was interesting about his dad's in in his story is his father is like, his mother, his grandmother told him, treat your wife well, be good to your kids. He was like, being good to my kids was a natural. He was like, but it doesn't matter what people are saying is right and wrong. It's about what you want to do and trust yourself. What? Be good. Treat your wife well. Be good to your kids. Being good to your kids is natural. Treating your wife well isn't? Why would you tell this man this story before? Clay is getting ready to walk down the aisle with his mom, tells his mom that he's always been a mama's boy. Is that before or after you told her about all the infidelity trips that you took with your father? Because you couldn't have been a mama's boy and you're 16 years old and you're going with your dad to New York to go treat on him with Barbara. You couldn't have been a mama's boy then to come back and sit up in your mother's face and not say a word about it. But to then, in turn, blast her business on international color television. If that's what being a mama's boy is, my God. Sheesh. AD starts to walk down the aisle. I'm going to be real with y'all. Her dress, the slit, it was tacky. It's inappropriate. You damn near showing your girls. You're damn near showing your snatch. Damn near showing your love below to everybody. It was inappropriate. It was tacky. The words on the veil, that's never a vibe. But she get up there and she says yes. She says yes. I thought AD was going to say no. So that surprised me. So Clay said it is not responsible of him to say I do. On one hand, I commend him for, excuse me. On one hand, I commend him for doing the right thing. Clay is not ready to get married. Clay is damaged. Clay needs therapy, right? Clay needs to really get to a point. This is just not a process for him, right? Clay will probably do better on Married at First Sight, where you are pseudo-married to somebody for the 8 weeks. Clay is not ready to get married. So I appreciate him for being responsible enough to acknowledge that he is not ready for marriage. On the other hand, Clay, you knew this. You knew this. So why let this lady get all the way to the end of the aisle and you up there, oh my God, look at you, and you doing all that just to embarrass her. So He said he still needs work and he still needs to get to the point where he is 100%. And he then said, I'm going to put the work in and I'm going to get to the 100%. And I know that you are going to continue to fight for us and that will get us to where we need to go. No, she told you that that she's prepared for a yes or a no. If you said no, she told you we can't date after this. The audacity of you to say, well, I'm not there yet, but I know you're going to wait for me. So, just fall back, give me some time, and then we'll get there. That's not how life works. That's not how this show works. He then asks, because she is like, what the fuck? He then asks, why does the timeline matter? Now, the fact that he repeated this should have been a clue to AD. He told you that a couple weeks ago. Why does the timeline matter? It matters, Clay, because you signed up for a show that had a deadline. That's why. AD wanted to be married so bad that she ignored all of this. She ignored all the glaring signs. She ignored everything being thrown in her face. You chose to ignore this. I feel bad for her because nobody deserves to be embarrassed the way that she felt. But at the same time, you ignored all of this all because you wanted to get married so bad. Listen to everything she says. It was never today I'm marrying my person. I'm marrying the love of my life. Everything was, oh my God, I'm getting married today. Today's my day. I'm the first of all my siblings to get married. It's like that's what she was more like worried about. That's what she was more into, the optics of it all. She always kept saying, we gonna look good together. We gonna look good together. I'm gonna look good on your arm. He gonna look good on my arm. She never talked about his actual qualities. Is the nigga funny? Can he dance? Can he cook? Like, do you like the way he dressed? He says he's suave. So, like, you know what I mean? But, so Clay's mother tells him, I want to be very clear about this. You should never be forced to say I do. I do feel like some of that got cut out because I do think his mom was probably on some, you knew this type stuff. Why did you do it this way? But I don't know. Clay then said that in a confessional that, he brushed off her finances and he doesn't understand them. Don't do that. Don't do that. That lady, AD, what did she say? She does real estate and she's a manager of the VIP. She's a VIP manager at a nightclub. You know what she does. She may not hustle the way that you hustle. She may not make the money that you make, but you know exactly what she does and how she makes her money. So don't do that. Don't do that. Don't make it seem as if she's just out here broke and you didn't want. She ain't on no Izzy. So Clay is talking to his father, and his father is like, I love you, baby. It's cool, baby. You did what you had to do. And it's like, sir, Mr. Fake Wannabe Pimp, what is this bag you're carrying? I was so sick of Clay's father. So Clay goes and asks her if she's okay. I was with her. What do you think? She's all but sobbing. She's a step away from a weep. So he tells her it was a game time decision. Said that he couldn't make the decision off of just a great past 2 weeks. Then says, I'm not rejecting you, even though it probably feels like I am. She was like, it does. He then turns into a where's my hug at type nigga from the club. And it's like, where's my hug? And then he's kissing her. And it's like, cause she's like, what am I supposed to do now? He was like, I'm not going nowhere. Like, you're going to have to run from me. No, Clay. No. Outside, we have Clay's mother telling his father, Clay struggles with the concept of marriage, and this is something that you did. you need to apologize for exposing him to the things that you did. She then goes on to say, I found out some things during this process that Clay should not have had to deal with. He is carrying the burden of knowing that you were cheating on his mother, to which, depending on the age, he probably thought that was normal. He thought that was a thing that happened in couples. He thought that was something that happened in marriage, and he has been shouldering that burden. I think a lot of it too is guilt, because you should have been told your mama instead of doing it on TV and blasting all her business. She didn't know that. So Clay's father is like, well, maybe he'll meet somebody like you. I said, this. So then his mother is like, yeah, you met me and you weren't good to me. We not going to deal with that. I said, don't get Miss Margarita all swollen in the chest. Leave that lady alone. The audacity of you to even say, maybe he'll meet somebody like you. She wasn't good enough for you in your eyes. Was it a dog whistle to be like, maybe he'll meet somebody like you that he can cheat on and she'll still stay for 23 years? Clay's father need not be on TV ever again. Then at the end, we see Clay said that he feels stupid and he didn't understand the magnitude of his decision. And it's like, I think Clay really thought that he would be able to be like, no, I don't think we should get married right now. And he thought that she would change her mind and they could date a little bit, but who knows where they'll be by the reunion. But sheesh. AD, on the other hand, said that she cannot see herself continuing to date him. So that gives me pause that she probably did. Because it goes from I will not to I can't see. So she then said that if she had to do this all over again, she would still say, I do. She still loves him, yada, yada, yada. No, AD wants to be married. But let me know what you guys thought about this episode. It wasn't a lot to it. What do you guys think about the conversation between Clay's mother and father? I thought that was kind of the most interesting part. Hop in the comments down below. If you haven't already, don't forget, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video, and I will catch you guys, next week for the reunion, or for Married at First Sight or Housewives. I do a bunch of stuff. Catch y'all later. Peace.